Everybody can live intuitively. That is according to intuition. Now perhaps you're thinking that intuition is something that very gifted people have, mystics, gurus, shamans, who knows? I don't know how you think about it, but I want to be clear on this short video that intuition is something that every human being possesses. It's just that certain individuals choose to live more intuitively their lives, making decisions, finding a way forward through difficulty when they need clarity on a particular issue. So it's not so much about going out there and getting intuition. You already have it. It's about returning to that inner place of knowing intuitively something. Now, the reason why this is important is because when you're living life intuitively from intuition, life is at a completely different level. It's almost like it's on a higher dimension, a higher level of consciousness. Day by day, we're making decisions and we use our mind, our ego, our habitual thinking to get through, to weigh up options, pros and cons, for and against. But it's all based on filtered thinking, conditional biases that we have. And we tend to do the same things because our mind tells us this is probably the best course of action. And that's great for some things, but not for everything. And in fact, I would say if we can step away more from that kind of habitual thinking, which actually is the thing that gets us into trouble most of the time, and then find the more intuitive path to live life, I guarantee we just start to flourish in every area of our life. And it's all within. It's not something we need to go out there to get a ritual or a retreat or a sacred book or anything like that. They have value, and I might touch on them later, but I'm talking about stepping away from that thinking that causes so many problems and overthinking and just churning things around in our mind where we're weighing up things. Because when we're thinking like that and trying to get a breakthrough, a solution, clarity, whatever it is we need, we end up just going into this process of analyzing. And you can almost hear the gears in our brain churning away, trying to bring up a solution. But it's like the internet. It's just based on what was, past information. Now that might be useful. That might serve some purpose, of course. But a lot of it is static information, whereas intuition, it's plugging into, it's like connecting to this infinite source of all possibilities. There are no conditions attached. It's limitless. And it's a wonderful surprise sometimes the way that the intuition just suggests something. It's not something we strive for, it just lands. And we know that's it. It resonates. It doesn't come with urgency. It comes with clarity, a lightness, a loving resonance with it. So we can choose to live from habitual thinking. And I've already said it has its uses, and we have to plan and prepare and do all sorts of things, take the kids to school. All this sort of stuff requires just our ego to think through things. But if we could just wake up to intuitively living life, I guarantee we'd go on to another higher level of consciousness, connecting with the divine wisdom within, connecting with higher wisdom, our higher self, where things would just flow a lot more naturally. Life would be almost effortless. Solutions come without really thinking much about it, because we're so kind of detached from it. It has to be this outcome or that outcome. We're simply letting that infinite source flow through us, connect us once more with what we already possess within. And we've all got it. As I said at the start of this video, intuition isn't the domain of a certain clique of spiritually minded people. It belongs to all of us. So it's simply a matter of going within, going home almost, and reconnecting with what we have. And in the modern world of materialism, that isn't really emphasized. It's much more about the pragmatism, the expediency, doing things that lead to immediate results. And we take a certain amount of pride in intellectualizing, reasoning, rationalizing how we get to a solution for something. All of that has merit, of course, sometimes. But I'm talking living life on a higher plane that we're all born for, to connect with that intuitive level within us and to live it out. And as we do that, we find our lives just full of light, love, wisdom, and truth. We flourish. We get away from that mental grind and things just seem to click. What we need flows in the moment without striving for it, without particularly having an outcome in mind. We're just free. We're open to whatever flows and it feels good. I've been helping people for many years just find how they can connect with their intuitive self. Not because I'm anything special, but just by practice and experience. And working with clients over the years, I've seen certain things help really unlock for people things that have just kept them stuck in certain beliefs that they don't have this, I can't do this. Stuck in that habitual thinking that prevents the flowing, the overflowing of the intuitive gifts. You've got them. And if you'd like to talk to me further about how that can be facilitated in your life, I'd love to talk to you. Free, no obligation. I look forward to speaking to you soon. In the meantime, just let go of your thinking and just trust that intuition will suggest to you the next course of action about work, relationships, finances, your bigger spiritual goals in life. It's all there, waiting to be released. I'll speak to you soon.